Exclusive. Senator Cruz, Representative Steele send letter to International Olympic Committee calling for Olympics to be moved out of Beijing. Republican Texas Senator Ted Cruz and Republican California Representative Michelle Steele sent a letter Friday to the International Olympic Committee, IOC, calling for the Olympics to be moved out of Beijing, China. The Daily Caller first obtained the letter in which the two members of Congress expressed their concerns over the IOC's support for hosting the 2022 Olympic Games in Beijing. The two mention ongoing human rights violations in China and mention the forced labor and torture of the Uighur Muslims. On behalf of democracy and freedom around the world, we hope you can join us in condemning the ongoing human rights violations and gross abuses currently happening throughout China. For this reason, we emphatically support that the 2022 Olympics Games immediately be moved out of Beijing, the letter reads. The Olympic Charter states the goal of Olympism is to promote a peaceful society concerned with the preservation of human dignity. It also states the importance of respect for universal fundamental ethical principles. Yet, the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, continues to be engaged in unfathomable and horrific human rights abuses. We cannot turn a blind eye to the forced labor and torture of the Uyghurs, the persistent repression of dissenting minorities, and the systemic violations of civil liberties in Hong Kong, the two continued. Cruz argued Monday that the U.S. shouldn't boycott the upcoming 2022 Olympic Games in Beijing in an op-ed. Cruz said American athletes should kick their commie asses, while the Biden administration pursues a strong anti-China policy agenda. Cruz slammed the IOC for allowing China to hold the event and said he hopes that the games are moved even though he opposes a boycott. I am flabbergasted that the IOC would ever give this human rights abusing, free speech repressing, trade and currency manipulating set of totalitarians who make up the Chinese Communist Party the honor of hosting the Olympic Games, he wrote. Related. China offers to vaccinate all Olympic athletes ahead of Beijing, Tokyo Games. Allowing China to host the Beijing Games would put these athletes and the global community in the impossible position of having to forego the Olympic Games in all its importance and pageantry, and celebrating their countries and our freedoms, but at the risk that the CCP will disingenuously claim their participation as a victory. We must hold the CCP accountable and protect the freedoms of religion and speech for all humans, they added. Related. Kick their commie asses. Ted Cruz says U.S. shouldn't boycott Beijing Olympics. Hundreds of thousands of Uyghurs have been put in camps. The U.S. declared that China was committing genocide against the Uyghurs in January.